There once was a guy from Gwinnett who one day would grow up to be a monster. But not just any monster, a trench monster. He's now back for year 5 and he's ready to eat. 91 does the dirty work but stays clean. He's taking a 30-minute timeout from the trenches to take your questions. And so live from Tallahassee, it's time for In the Coop with Robert Cooper. Holiday greetings, people. Happy Halloween. Welcome on into In the Coop. We're waiting for Robert to show up. We got Allen Iverson, though.
Yes.
Right now. In the meantime, what up, AI?
What's going on? How you doing?
Living good, man. It's Miami week. Feeling good, man. Feeling real good.
Yes, sir.
That obviously is Robert, if you guys can't tell. I know he and AI, they get confused all the time. Both got the quicks and the crossover. Thanks for being here. It is In the Coop with Robert Cooper. If you're feeling generous, usually got those super chats going on. We've got that turned off. So we do stress to you folks that if you would like to give and feel generous, head over to risingspear.com. Risingspear.com is partnered with over 200 Florida State student athletes across 9 different sports. So all of the donations that go to risingspear.com end up going directly back to the student athletes of Florida State, whether that's soccer, football, everything in between. Head to risingspear.com to give back to these Noles who've been giving everything they have and are now 5-3, 3-3 in conference, and have a huge game coming up this Saturday down in Miami.
Yes, sir.
Can't hype this one up too much, Robert. How excited? You know, Coach Norvell said, we ask him every game, is this game big? Yeah, this game is big because it's the next one. But he says that in the preseason, when he talks to you guys and sets goals and everything, he only mentions 2 teams by name.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of them. So just how big of a game is Miami for you guys, and when do you start talking and thinking about it?
Miami, that's always been a big game, ever since I stepped foot on campus about 5 years ago. And, that's something that's always been emphasized every year, always coming out victorious in our state, so beating Florida, beating Miami, or any Florida team is definitely a must for us. And that's the mindset we have, throughout all season and coming in, just getting ready for Miami and Florida. So I said Big Robert Iverson. No way. No way.
How vital was that game for you guys last season? How much of that salvage and create some real good feelings about where you guys are headed after the victory you guys were able to pull out, hard-fought win last year against Miami?
Repeat that last part again for me, Aslan.
Yeah, man, just how big of a deal, I mean, I know it's a real generic kind of term, but just how much did it mean to you guys to be able to beat Miami last year, and how much sort of good momentum did that give you guys to close out the year last year?
Man, our last victory over them was definitely a big one that we needed. Just, it's definitely in the style that we won, and, how we fought all the way to the end and, gave every bit we had. That definitely gave us the momentum that we needed, to finish out that season the way we did. But definitely can happen again, and, start off with this good win this weekend and carry it throughout the rest of the season.
All right. Do you notice the flags they fly at practice? Do you notice those?
Oh, I didn't notice that till about 2 years ago. I didn't notice that, but then, the Coach Odell was quick to, let me know what was going on with that, and that was pretty convenient.
Yeah. You got to teach children. You got to let the kids know. You got to let the young ones know out there, Robert. Our guy Quay is wondering, when you're on the court, man, do you go with the Euro step or the spin move?
Me, I have to keep it simple with the spin move, just because, it's a lot of people wouldn't be expecting that. And that's very an effective move. I used to do that move, when I played basketball. That was my number one move. So, yeah, I'll definitely have to say the spin move. Euro, that takes a lot of practice. And, I'm still trying to get my Euro step. I can't even keep it straight.
Robert, we usually hang out with you in your swanky surroundings outside of College Town. You want to let the folks know where you're at right now, what you're up to here on Halloween?
Well, really, I'm at Jaden's house, our nutritionist, and we are giving out candy to the trick-or-treaters. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Oh, so full-size bars over there.
Oh, yeah. Now, not to say all of them are going to the kids, but, hey, trick-or-treat, baby.
So the nutritionist is giving out candy. We're not giving out, like, apples and protein bars?
Oh, no. All right. Good to have a little something sweet. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
R. Wilmer's in the house, Robert. He asked, Mr. Cooper, you and Mr. Lovett looked really to enjoy the Georgia Tech game. How's it to have you and Fabo back on the field together?
It felt good. That was something I told him, as he was, working back towards the field, come back in full pads with us. I told him that was something, I was looking forward to, and it definitely, feels good that, we share the field again and, just get back to, where we left off, when he left out in LSU, and just felt good having him back with me.
T. Mike wonders, you got like an Iverson impersonation, man, practice?
Yeah, that's a little Iverson. Yeah, I think that interview is probably one of the main reasons he became one of my favorite players. Just always spoke his mind. Got his own swag, baby.
Talking about practice, not the game that I love.
Come on,
not
man.
The game. Come on.
We ain't talking about no practice.
Keeping it on the hardwood. Steven wonders, crossover or step back when you're on the block?
I'm gonna have to go with the step back just because I'm more of a shooter. So I'll say the step back. That's something that's very key in my move selections. So definitely step back. And it got to be a certain step back.
Scarier interior defensive lineman. Did John Randall play on that? I thought John Randall was a defensive end. But Our guy Kyle asked, Warren Sapp, John Randall, who's scarier?
I'm gonna go with John Randall, man. It's something about that hump move that he started, man. That's scary. He done started something that, we all D tackles and D linemen now are trying to, make different moves out of it, but he definitely started something with that hump move, and something I still study to this day.
Oh, we're also taking questions from our subscribers over at warchant.com, the ultimate Seminoles sports source. R.O. Knoll says, Coop, give us the scoop on the young defensive tackles on this team. What are your thoughts on those guys and what kind of ceiling they may have?
Actually, all the young guys, they came in, especially with the same mindset I had when I was coming in as a freshman. They were always ready, willing to learn. They're up with Coach Shane and Coach Odell, going over different, mistakes made during practice, or, some mistakes that, me, Fable, or Mal, any of us making. They're all willing to get better, and the ceiling for them are very high, especially, guys like Josh and Daniel Bishop, all those guys. They're so mentally smart, and just their ceiling is real high in my opinion.
I think somebody over on the Tribal Council asked the question that we'll get to after this one here, but let's go to T. Mike. What FSU basketball player would you say could play college football?
I'll take Mills. I think Mills can be on the field a little bit. He'll be in my backfield somewhere, DB somewhere. I feel like he can be a great DB. I don't know if he's listening to this, but hey, if you want to be a DB, go ahead, come on down here.
It's DBU, Caleb.
Hey, tell him.
So, Jared Tanner asking about what goes through your mind when you see Jordan Travis trying to get out in front of a runner and throw a block. I think he also might be going by the name Seminole Preacher on our website, because somebody also asked what goes through your mind when you see Jordan Travis getting out in front of a runner to throw a block. So I think Jared might be our preacher.
It surprised me every time, but just knowing who he is, that's something he's willing to do. He's always willing to, do whatever it takes to help, the next man win, and that he puts it out on camera just like that. So things like that, that's things that you look at and things you can pick up on, especially coming from your quarterback, who's willing to go out there and get a block for his running back or so. And that speaks a lot about him, offense, and everybody really.
Is Hard Rock part of this list? If someone asks you, Two Lifer asks, what's the toughest stadium to play in?
Hard Rock was probably more of my freshman year. That was probably the loudest I ever heard it. But I'll say the toughest stadium to play in would probably be probably Clemson. Yeah, Clemson. When you say tough, it's probably the loudest. I'll probably put that as one of the loudest I've seen in the away game.
I remember that freshman year game in Miami, man.
Yeah, that was actually pretty loud. That was pretty loud.
Yeah. We let him off the hook. R. Wilmer wondering, Robert, what's the best costume that's come by the door so far?
None so far. So hey, well, I have a good answer for you in about a couple minutes.
Let's hope. I mean, it's been going on now. Like Halloween, I feel like is losing its luster. Like when you were a
Yeah,
kid, was Halloween trick or treat was a big deal, wasn't it?
I mean, not for me, but
Okay.
I mean, I was always the giving out. I always give out candy, but there was some Halloweens where I actually got out there and was trick or treating. But then, when I started, getting too big, I was, I wasn't the average size of, one of them young kids, so I had to stop at an early age because it didn't look right. My big self out there, door to door, asking for candy.
Why
Yeah,
not? I mean, come on, it's your time to shine, big guy.
yeah, I know.
But I mean, even back home, like my mom, like as a kid, I remember my mom would have to buy a bunch of candy because everybody would come by the door and ask for candy and trick or treat. And I think for like the last 5 years, my mom's like, nobody comes anymore. She got to stop buying candy. She's like, nobody comes. Like, I don't know, parents, all these parents afraid about their kids.
Everybody getting older. You know how that goes.
I don't know. Can you tell us what it feels like to take the field at night in Doak Campbell Stadium, Robert? How would you describe it?
It's definitely different. I'll tell you that. You can take Doak during the day, during the afternoon, but taking Doak at night, that's something special, man. It's just you see all the lights. I mean, you see it all. I mean, everybody's just the whole stadium's rocking. I mean, it's wild. I can't even put into words how good it feels just running out every night and to that packed stadium, and it's definitely a sight that everybody should be seeing and feeling.
How do you feel? How do you like that tunnel entrance you guys make now with the lights? It's like
Yeah,
club gold, man.
That's pretty new, but I remember when they was putting it in, I was already getting an early walkthrough and everything, but it's definitely nice, especially going through it when it's actually game time. It's definitely get you hyped, get you ready to go.
What were your thoughts on the icy whites with the all garnets?
It wasn't the best, but
okay. All right, I agree.
Yeah, it wasn't the best, but it's definitely something. I would have went white, garnet white. I don't know, but
contrast. A little contrast there. Yeah. I got you. Good call, Coop. EMG 4454. Coop, when are you going to bring TB15 on the show?
EMG. I'm gonna get Tatum. I'm gonna get Tatum on here next week for sure. I'm gonna get Tatum on here for you, EMG.
All right. What's going on over there, Robert? Sounds like the kids are showing up, man.
Yeah. Got screaming here. I think that might be the costume of the day so far.
What did you see? What are they wearing?
The scream mask. The scream.
Ooh. Man, kids me. That's too scary. Let's see here. Briley, do you guys discuss dealing with opponents trying to get in your head and bait you into emotional responses like personal fouls during a game like this, which is a rivalry, Robert?
Oh, yeah, of course. It's something that, Coach Norvell, he mentions this almost every week. It don't really depend who the opponent is. It's more about just, he always brings up the climb and the M, mental toughness, just being able to, handle yourself during adverse situations, whether it's somebody's trying to get in your head or, you feeling good at the moment, feeling bad, just always know how to control you and, control what you can control. So, but yeah, this is definitely one of those weeks where he's definitely emphasizing it for sure.
Our guy Dan Squatch says he feels your pain, Robert. He was 6'1", 200 pounds at age 12. People give him the whole "ain't you too old to be people?"
Yeah, if I remember right, I definitely got that same sentence told to me before. So, dang, 6'1", 200 at 12.
Big dude, man.
Yeah, I was about 260, 270.
Let's head back to the Warchant.com Tribal Council. Noel Boy 02, question for Coop. What's your favorite Halloween candy or your favorite costume?
I have to say my favorite Halloween candy would be Snickers. I mean, you just can't go wrong with Snickers, man. That's how I personally feel about it. I always felt some type of way when I was little, and I seen one of those in the bowl, so definitely had to grab one of them. But favorite costume, you can't go wrong with every year saying you a football player. I mean, that's what I always used to say when I was young. Like, what you gonna be for Halloween? A football player. That's my favorite one. I think it's probably the first time I ain't been a football player.
All right. Well, usually, would you have like pads on, like carry the helmet?
Yeah,
around?
I know I used to put the pads on. I think I did the full uniform one time, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah.
All right, it's all about, man. Got to look the part. Got to
You
dress
know,
good. Kyle wonders, who's the greatest stand-up comedian of all time in your opinion, Robert?
man, rest in peace. But Bernie Mac, I think Bernie Mac's probably the best, greatest stand-up comedian I've ever, seen. I know there's a lot of great ones out there, of course, especially ones before, but Bernie Mac is definitely number one. I'm telling you, hey, that's.
I'm telling you, man, I got the Kings of Comedy DVD.
Hey,
I went on my birthday. Me and all my buddies went and watched this at the movie theater, man. That was the first time I ever saw Bernie Mac do stand-up, and everything about his stand-up, man. Talking about his nephew, like with the cookies, and everything about Bernie Mac in that set was amazing, man.
Yeah.
He's the man. Quay Watts also agrees.
I'm telling you, Bernie Mac, man, he's definitely one of the best.
Yeah, man. R.I.P. Let's see what else we got here. Again, everybody, thanks for being here for In the Coop with Robert Cooper. We got a little bit of a late start. We'll go to about the bottom of the hour here. A reminder to go to risingspear.com if you're in the given mood. Maybe been giving out some candy, maybe give out some other kind of candy to the student athletes that go and represent Florida State with such distinction every day of the week, whether it's football, soccer, softball, baseball, all the sports. Go to risingspear.com. Your donations, 100% of it goes right back to the student athletes. There's over 200 of them that are being supported by risingspear.com across 9 different sports. So head over there, do your thing. Y'all are generous, so make it work. Jazz C says, 91, what is your go-to arm workout? You still have yet to give me the secret.
First of all, that's my little sister. Hey, Jasmine. Go-to arm workout, like I said, bicep curls, little cable pull downs, lat pull downs,
Front lat pull downs or behind the neck or in front?
Oh, in front, just because I get the like shoulders back. That's about it. Just keep it simple. A lot of reps. I mean, yeah, Jasmine,
Curl, I mean, you talk about bicep curl. Are we talking about just straight bar, curled bar?
Oh no, see, I like the dumbbell because I like to look at my arm while I curl. I like to see it. So yeah, I like to, you know how that goes.
All right. That's a good one. Shout out, sis. You should be out trick-or-treating though, sis. Come on.
Yeah.
But maybe she is. I mean, you can be anywhere with the internet nowadays. I'm an old man. Jessica wonders, Robert, any pregame rituals you have heading into this game?
Nothing different. I hope it's not Jessica, my older sister, but no, I don't see nothing different. Same, new week. Just gotta keep doing what I've been doing. Just listening to music, getting ready for the game. Nothing different, nothing too special.
I like this question. I've never seen the movie, but I know the reference, and he explains it. So shout out to Kyle. Get down or lay down. If you had a Freaky Friday moment, Robert, where you had to switch places with a teammate for a day,
whoa,
who would you trade with and why?
If I had to switch places with a team, like I'm him and he's me.
Yeah, like you would be in, Jordan Travis's body for a day, or Preston Daniel. And maybe you want some long flowing hair to play with or something,
Oh, and I got a lot of teammates. What's crazy, I'm gonna have to go with Tatum Bethune, really, because I say that because I love being a linebacker. I feel like I'll be a great linebacker. So I feel like if we switch, Tatum he really might make a good defensive lineman. Okay. He be working those moves when he do his blitzes. So I feel like if we switch bodies, that'll be pretty fun for a day. Call it Freaky Saturday. I'd rather do it on a Saturday, play linebacker.
What about Johnny Wilson? You wouldn't want to be 6'7", feel what?
No, I ain't got time to be ducking through doors and no, that's too tall.
How did he hold up in Jacksonville? Like, don't you guys sleep on cots when you got at UNF? Like, how did my man hold up?
I didn't really ask him, but I know he didn't like that experience. I just because when you 6'9", you trying to fit in a twin size bed, I know something hanging off.
Oh man. Our guy Zach, the dentist, which he probably loves Halloween, right? Right, Doc? This is good for business. Everybody like candy. What's on your ideal Thanksgiving menu, Robert?
Oh, we already looking ahead.
Jessica also did say that yes, it is your sister Jessica, by the way. That was Ask a question. So shout out, sis. Back thing. Yeah, we're skipping right by. Well, we got Halloween's kind of over. We already talked about your favorite candy. So what's on the menu, Robert? Are you a ham, turkey guy?
You could actually throw them both at me. You know, I'll do ham, turkey. You got to get some mac and cheese, some dressing. You know, all that good stuff. I'm not a fan of it, but I might be in the mood for it. Might get a little sweet potatoes in there. Dessert, you know, the Thanksgiving desserts, you know, that's special. So remember what we spoke on last time? I had to throw a little pecan pie in there. But other than that, that's probably the most I can give you.
Are you a cranberry sauce guy?
Oh, how could I forget that? You can't forget the cranberry sauce. I put the cranberry sauce with my dressing. So that's I thank you. I can't believe I forgot about that.
It's too much salty and savory stuff. You need cranberry sauce. It's like cold. It's tart. It evens it out, man. It's people that don't like cranberry sauce. I don't trust them. Do you have a favorite AI game or moment, Quay wonders?
Mine is, you know, what everybody's seeing, you know, because I was one of the first main, you know, things that I've seen of AI when he stepped over Tyronn Lue when he played for the Lakers, and that was iconic. You know, there's all kind of pictures of that. I think I got that picture saved anyway, but yeah, I have to say that moment. And then I had the GameCube, and I had a NBA 2K2, and he was on the cover of it. So yeah, so that was probably my two main reasons why I like AI.
All right. Spear It wonders, what size cleat do you wear, Robert?
What size cleat do I wear? I wear 15, 16, depends on, you know, what kind of material the cleat is. You know, I take my cleats very special. You know, I take it a certain way, but yeah, it depends, you know, what kind of cleat it is. It's between a 15 or 16.
How many pairs do you go through in a season?
I try to keep the same two. But now how many don't make it to the season? Now that's different because you got to go through workouts and all kind of stuff. But yeah, I done messed up a couple.
Heading back over to the warchant.com travel council, Billy Flynn has got a question. Robert says, does a rivalry week like Miami or Florida really have a different feel than other weeks, or does it just seem like business as usual?
Honestly, I like to say it's both. You know, of course it's business. You know, every week is a new opportunity. So, but you know, playing Miami and Florida, those weeks are definitely different because, you know, it feels different. You know, it's rivalry week. You know, they don't like you, and we don't like them. So, you know, that's just what it is.
Does Odell ever shared like a Miami memory, a Florida memory with you guys when he would try to talk about the game to you guys?
Nah, you know, Coach Odell, he don't like to really talk about, you know, the past, but, you know, he definitely lets everybody know how much he hates Miami and Florida. We right there with him. So
T Mike wants a shout out to his wife, Melissa. His wife thinks you're cute. Can you say, hey, Melissa?
Hey, Melissa. Wow.
I'm a heartthrob, man, and the Coop, man. Go. This is prepping you for the Bachelor run when you're done with your NFL days. Marcus wants a sack this weekend, one time for the haters.
Yes, most definitely. Maybe 2 times for the haters, 3 times, but most definitely.
Jackson Tyler wonders, Robert, what's been your best moment at FSU up to this point? Please go put the smack down on Miami, he said.
Best moment at FSU. I'll probably say the first time that I can say we beat Miami. You know, last year was the first time that since I've been here, first time we beat Miami, and that was definitely special to me. And, you know, just how the feeling that we all felt after the game, that was definitely special for me and, you know, everybody that was involved in there. So that was definitely, I would probably have to say that's one of my best moments here.
All right. Two Lifer was wondering, Robert, how did playing Clemson compare to LSU? Can you tell a difference in the athletes when you play a team like Clemson versus, say, Boston College?
Comparing Clemson to LSU, I mean, it wasn't much really of a difference. You know, just more of a, the quarterback for LSU was definitely more mobile than, you know, the Clemson quarterback was, and But other than that, there wasn't really much of a big difference. O-line wise, I'll probably say, LSU O-line was better, but other than that, that's about it with comparisons. But yeah, that's not I can't tell a huge difference between athletes, but
Ms. Gordon, when wishing you, she calls me Islan. Sorry, Ms. Gordon, I love you too. Wish you a happy Halloween here.
Happy Halloween to you too.
Sister Jess wants a scoop. Oh, I like how she spelled that. A Coop and score, but a scoop.
Hey, that's actually clever. Just okay. But you definitely got to get one of those.
Okay.
Definitely got to get one of those.
Marcus asked, Coop, have you asked Coach Norvell for a goal line carry? Refrigerator Coop.
I always said the right time is the right time. And I think this week is the right time for me to ask. So I definitely will be asking. But I haven't yet.
So would you want to be under center? Would you want to be the up back? Would you want to be wild Coop? Would you want to be wildcat if you had to run the ball? Like,
honestly, I'll do wildcat just so because me building up momentum, I like that. I don't think I'm going backwards at all.
So let's see here. Kyle wonders what opponent was the fastest you've ever played against?
Fastest. And I've seen
any dancing bears out there pulling guards, tackles. They're like, dang, how'd he get here that fast?
Lineman wise, not nothing really too fast, but we talking about overall. Yeah. I'm gonna have to say probably Kadarius Toney.
Okay.
Probably one of the fastest, quickest. That I've seen with my own eyes. So that was definitely a different experience right there.
All right. Well, we've gone through all the questions here. All the questions over on the warchant.com Tribal Council. Big, important week for Robert. Film study was on the docket earlier. So thanks, everybody, for sticking around for us to get here on air. Robert's going to give some candy out to the kids. And again, a reminder to head to risingspear.com. They're supporting over 200 Florida State student athletes across 9 different sports. All of your donations, every single penny of it goes directly to these student athletes, guys like Robert, that make Florida State fans everywhere proud every single time they step on the field, even if they are wearing a white helmet with garnet jerseys and garnet pants. So it's all good, though. Robert, hey, man, let's do this again next week and talk about being bowl eligible, hopefully. That'd be pretty cool.
Yes, sir, most definitely.
There we go. All right, thanks, everybody, for watching. Maybe in Tatum next week. Not 100%
oh, yeah, for sure.
Try.
No, it's definitely for sure. And you might as well put that in the book now.
All right, right on. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We appreciate it. Thanks to Josiah backstage getting all the questions up. For Robert, I'm Aslan. Thanks for watching In the Coop with Robert Cooper. We'll see you around on warchant.com, and we'll see you next Monday, 7:30. Have a great one, everybody.